By the way, all the products that I use for my makeup are going to be linked down below. You know, this video is not so much focused on the makeup as it is focused on the gossip. Hello, welcome back to the channel. I don't like to gossip, but today we're gonna gossip. Oh my God, Jennifer, you don't do that, girl. I gotta do my makeup. As you can see, I'm not home. I'm in this beautiful Airbnb in Montreal, spending a little quality time with husband and baby. Since I have so much time on my hand, I've been, you know, looking at what's going on the internet, in the natural hair scene, just getting updated as to the latest information. And girl, there's so much going on. So as I do my makeup, let's talk. First up, sunscreen always, okay? It's a cloudy day today. It's actually snowing, but we're still gonna protect our skin. And this sunscreen is quickly becoming one of my favorite because it goes on super clear, as you can see. All right, y'all, what is going on in the natural hair scene? It's been kind of crazy. And I feel like the natural hair scene hasn't been this bad since what, 2013, 2012? I feel like 2012, 2013 is when all of us ran away from Stylist and we're just doing our own thing. So we're just like, enough with the drama, we're gonna do our thing. We're not gonna let somebody else tell us what to do with our hair. And then fast forward to now, girl, I don't know what to say, but I'm gonna tell you what I know. I don't actually know everything, so let's just start by having a heavy disclaimer. Everything that I'm about to say is wrong. I know what you know, and if you don't know, then girl, you probably should click off this video because I am going to poison your mind with inaccurate information. But it's kind of fun. I kind of feel like I've been talking to a baby all day, every day. So when I find these type of information, I'm just like, oh, let me read up on that. So what's been going on lately is the fact that stylists are fighting stylists, clients are fighting stylists, stylists are fighting just regular people, and influencers, of course, have always been the devil. And I need y'all to tell me, what is the beef with influencers? How come everybody hates influencers? Do y'all not realize we're regular people too? We got feelings too. The other day, I put baby down and I hopped on YouTube, and turns out African Hair God was going live. So I hopped on his live, and African Hair God, it's either you love him or you hate him. And I just want to give you a little background. I've known African Hair God in these internet streets before y'all probably. Way back in the day, he was one of the first channels that I came across when I started YouTube. I recreated one of his hairstyles. It was like a flat twist updo. So beautiful. I probably should do it again. Oh, that's a good idea, like a little update. But in any case, all that to say, I've known African Hair God for a really long time. I feel like he's cool people in my book. And I think because I've known him for a really long time, I just know how he is. He's always shown up the way that he shows up online. Like, he's never really switched up. He's not like a different person. He's not doing things differently than what I know him to do since like 2012. You know, he's been consistent. So I hopped in his live the other day and they were discussing split ends or something. Like, it was someone's hair that they showed on the screen, and I immediately thought of Shelly. Now, if you don't know who Shelly is, girl, I don't know where you've been. Maybe I should give you guys a little background. So what's been going on right now in the hair scene is that ever since a lot of women dropped no oils and butters and we've been doing this updated regimen, a lot of people has been having issues. At least the way the regimen was presented to us. Like, if you followed it to the T, a lot of people had issues. And one of the women that originally started having issues, I think at least one of the few, I don't know, girl, was Shelly and Rosie, and they're both influencers. So they started talking about the issues, and that's how things started unraveling. At least I say unraveling because a lot of other women came forward and said, hey, I'm having a lot of issues with my hair as well. And some of the issues that we're talking about, I made a few videos on it, was webbing, a lot of split ends, just basically the integrity of the hair seems to be compromised. And I'm thinking maybe it has something to do with the products that were recommended that are just not catered to Afro hair. But I think there may be more going on than just products. It could be the method itself, some people say. I don't know, because I have been doing this method and I don't stick to the recommended products. Let me just start with that. I don't stay with the recommended products. I'm a product junkie. I'm gonna use product. And I think a lot of women are actually thriving with the method as well, as long as you've been able to tweak it to make it work for you. And I say tweak in terms of maybe still using leave-ins, still using deep conditioners, or using different products that works better for your hair and your lifestyle, of course. And I think some women just never really liked using oils to begin with. So, you know, it works very well for them. I think the issue now is arising because as much as people are starting to have issues with the products, the stylists aren't handling the conversation well. At least in my opinion. And I stand by that because I feel like this situation wouldn't be where it is today if stylists owned up to what was happening, or at least gave some guidance in terms of, okay, we hear you, this is happening, and that's a simple way to fix it. The way that they went about it is mainly making fun of the women that are having issues, blocking them, claiming that they are bullying them or talking about them. And it's like, well, why are you online if you don't want people to talk about you? It goes without saying, if I post a hair video and someone leave a comment under my video, I posted the video. You know what I mean? Like, I can't just be like, oh, you can't comment under my video. When I posted the video, I welcomed the conversation. I think a lot of people get into the business world not realizing that customer service is a huge part of it. And we see it all the time when it comes to these internet braiders, internet stylists, just how they handle their clients. I think it gets to a certain point as a teenager, or maybe if you are in your early 20s, it's whatever. Sure, I'll give you the deposit and go to all the hoopla of your website. I'll go get my hair braided in your basement, girl. But once you start getting into your 30s, I don't want to be treated that way. I don't want you to text me every single time I have an appointment the morning of talking about something came up and you need to cancel. How many times do we need to do this? I'm grown, I got plans, I got a baby, I got a husband. I don't want to roll that way no more. So I think a lot of us that are a little older that's been doing this are like, hang on, I don't want to be treated that way. Like, sure, you are a stylist and maybe you have the knowledge, but customer service is also very important. So the way things were being handled online, it leaves a lot to be desired. And one of the main issues that a lot of the women has been having is the conversation around split ends. So there's a lot of split ends and your hair is, it's not just split ends. I feel like the integrity of the hair seems to have been affected to the point that your hair is splitting all the way up the shaft of your hair. So when I hopped on African Hair Gods Live, they were discussing, split ends, and I thought it was Shelly's hair. And I say this because Shelly is one of the women that's been having issues, and she was on a live with me on my channel. So I'll link it down below if you want to get all the tea. But the way her hair looked, it was something that I've never seen before. So her hair was split all the way up the shaft of the hair. It was like really weird. It looked like a tree branch. So once I saw that on the live, I was like, oh, is this Shelly's hair? And Shelly was on the live and she responded to my comment and she was like, no, that's somebody else's hair. What? So more women are having this issue. It's not just Shelly and Rosie like some of the stylists are making it seem like it's just a standalone reoccurrence. And from my comment section, a lot of other women has come forward and said that their hair is basically ruined because of the method. And people are very direct with it. They're like, it's because of black girl curls. When she said it was somebody else's hair, I went on that person's page and apparently, she had posted the hair. It's her content. So she posted a reel saying that this strand of hair, one of it at least, came off her head and that's what her hair looked like. She seems to be a woman that followed that methodology. So I was like, oh shit, there comes somebody else. That's crazy because, depending on how you went about doing this, it's either your hair is thriving or it's not. So I looked at her comment section and, some people are saying that, at least, okay. So when she posted her hair, she basically said that she was in braids for about a month, I think. I don't know, I don't follow her content like that, girl, so don't quote me on any of this. This entire video is wrong, okay? Remember, I said that at the beginning? I gave you a disclaimer. So when she posted her hair, she said that she was in protective style for a bit, for like a month, and when she came out of her protective style, that's what her hair looked like. She came out of the protective style, claimed that this is why her hair was split, but then based on her comment section, a lot of other people were like, I don't know, I think it may be the method. It seems like the integrity of your hair has been compromised. And again, it goes back to this conversation of the integrity of the hair, because I think split ends are, I don't want to say normal, but split ends are a natural occurrence when it comes to our natural hair. And I'm talking about regular split ends, but split ends like that going up the shaft of your hair, again, I've never seen nothing like this. And if you guys know me, or if you've been watching my channel for a while, I used to do these 6 months protective style challenge, in which I was in protective styles literally back to back for 6 months straight. Every single year I did it. And I've been doing this since like 2015, and I've never seen this type of split ends in my hair. Okay, whatever, I was in the live, I was there for a little bit, they discussed the strand, and then I popped off. It was what it was. So then from there, I saw a video that Shelly made, and Shelly was like, Just Hannah is lying. What? What's going on? And in her video, Shelly went off. She was talking about Just Hannah is lying. that her hair is severely damaged and that she's known about this for a long time and she's been lying to the people. Now, this is all allegedly. I didn't see any receipts or anything like that, so I don't know. And this is why I say, do we really know people on the internet? You don't. Depending on how the person is moving, you can feel like you have a good understanding or a good knowledge of who that person is, but you really don't know. So then I was like, okay, let me go back to this person's page, because I mean, why would she be lying about her hair? And her hair seems fine to me. But then again, I don't follow her like that, so I don't know the entirety. But what I did notice is that she was using K18, which is the same product I think Rosie was using for her damage. And she was also using, or at least there was conversation around leave-in and deep conditioner. So I was like, okay, well, why is she using all these different products if her hair is fine? But she also claimed that she only found this one split end. And I don't know, like, I guess if there's one, there's probably more. It's just how the hair is, but that was the conversation. And I was like, why is everything so messy? Why is it so messy? What's going on? Especially when it comes to the hair space, I know that there's a lot of influencers that are not honest. That's just the natural way of life at this point. And I called out a YouTuber last Vlogmas actually, so a year ago. So it was a YouTuber that actually stole my picture to use as a before and after in her thumbnails. She was basically using my before to show how fast hair can grow. So it's a total lie. I'm not affiliated with this woman, so why are you using my picture? So everything that you see online, I'm always like, in the back of your head, you should always be like, I don't know if that's true. Aside from African Hair God, I want to say, because I actually feel like he put a lot of content around the whole split end situation and around or what potentially may be happening to the hair of a lot of women that drop oils and butters. Now, I'm not saying that I want to run back to oils and butters or anything like that, especially raw oils and butters. That's really not the way that I want to move. I think we can tweak this regimen to make it more beneficial for a lot of women, but why can't we talk about that? That's my beef. Why can't it be something that we share, especially in terms of how we tweak our regimen? Because that's where influencers have always came in, and that's where we've always been powerful, because I can do something that works for me and share it, and somebody may be having the same issue, watch the video, do the same thing, and then it works for them as well. There's also the possibility that you may do it and it doesn't work. Yes, that's fair, that's true, but it's the fact that we can build a community around some of the issues that we're having and actually help each other. I think all of the back and forth, all of the drama is actually not helping anybody. And if someone is doing this method and it's not working for them, what do you gain from lying? That's the part that gets me. This regimen doesn't have anybody's name next to it in the dictionary. If you're like, okay, you know what, I've been doing this for 2 years and this is what I'm noticing, this is what's happening, and this is what I'm doing behind the scene, why not be honest and open about that? Because I can guarantee you, as someone who's been in this game for a really long time, if you have no integrity, you're really not going far. People are gonna see right through you. And it really isn't worth losing your integrity, your voice, because if your audience doesn't trust you, it's a wrap. Don't do it, abort mission, girl. So this is my unsolicited advice to all of the influencers out here. Everybody wants to be an influencer until it's time to actually influence. And it's very interesting to see all the new influencers coming in. Stylist, I'm talking to you too, because you are ultimately influencing people. So you fall into the category of influencers. Oh my God, no way. Yes way. Your integrity is the #1 ammo that you have in this space. The second you lose it, you're really not going nowhere. The second people start to question how you're moving, and if you're moving with good intention, if you're moving with integrity, if you're moving with grace, the second people start to question that, then you lose your leverage. You lose the value that you have in this space. And like I said, I've been here for a really long time, and I can tell you, once things started kicking off for me, I sat down with Jen and I made 3 rules with myself. And I always say this online. #1 rule is that I would never go back and forth with anybody on the internet. And you never see me go back and forth with someone. I will answer you once, depending on the day that I had. I'm gonna answer you. You come to my page, you leave a comment, you're gonna get an answer, positive or negative, okay? I mainly focus on positivity, because what's the point? Why would I answer someone that have a negative comment when I have 10, 20 positive ones, or actual constructive criticism? Because I love those. Yeah, tell me, Jen, you know what? You could have improved your lighting. you could have moved your camera a little bit. This is distracting. Of course, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I'm not gonna go back and forth with someone that just wanna be here to be negative, to be a party pooper. That's not how I move. That was my number one rule. I'm not gonna go back and forth with people on the internet. 2, I will never allow the internet to change me, change who I am. And that came around 2013 when I started getting a lot of traction, and which means I got a lot more comments and a lot more opinions. And I found myself kind of trying to move this way or that way or that way. And I was like, I gotta nip that in the bud. And 3, which is piggybacking off of that second rule, is the fact that I never wanted to lose the essence of what makes me me. What makes Jen, I want to hold on to that because I actually like Jen. This is the part that people don't understand. I like who I am. And I have done a lot of work to kind of improve, become a better version of me. But at the core of who Jen is, I like that person. It's easy to shut down someone that questions your integrity once you have receipts. And this is why, I screenshot everything. I'm kidding. Actually, I don't. I really do. I have like screenshot and screenshot. If you're coming for me, I'm gonna have an answer for you. Because I move with grace. I move with integrity. And that's what I recommend to anybody who wants to actually have a career in this space. Because if you want to be here long term, you can't have people questioning what you're doing. And you can't be doing things behind the scenes that seems questionable. Seems like there is some things that aren't adding up. The math is a mathing, but I say this isn't calculus. This is hair. And if you are going to post something, because mind you don't have to post about everything. You guys never see my husband out here, for example. And that's a choice that I make. And so, which means you don't have to post about everything. But the things that you do post about, for example, your hair, and if you're documenting your hair, then you gotta have documentation. If someone says, hey, you had a cut in July, but you didn't, you gotta be like, well, my last cut was actually in August. Show the receipt. It's just that simple. Now, if someone is accusing you of moving without integrity, going on live and having a whole 40-minute conversation about how this is not who you are, girl, that's too much energy right there. That's just my opinion. I'm gossiping though, I've been really loving glosses lately, and y'all already know Fenty is what's out when it comes to these glosses. Like I said earlier, it really seems like there's a lot happening in this space, but no one wants to talk about it. And I say this because Aisha, which is the head of Black Girl Curls, or CEO, I don't know, whatever's going on, because apparently there was like a split. There's so much going on. It's crazy. Apparently there was a split, but her hair is looking questionable. Can we just say that out loud? She's telling people that her hair is fine and it's healthy and it's just what hair looks like. Part of me is like, is it what hair looks like? Because is this healthy hair? Do we not know what healthy hair is? I don't even say this to throw shade because I do give her some grace in terms of she has color. And it's really hard to maintain color in your hair. So there's that. But the other part that gets me is every time she blow dries her hair though, it looks a little funny. Okay, dare I say that out loud? What is going on in your hair? And if you are the person that is advocating for this method and your hair looks questionable, then that doesn't make any of us feel comfortable in the method. You know what I mean? So instead of kind of moving in a way that discredit other people or laughing at them or blocking them, etc., why don't we just move with integrity and say what's actually going on? Okay, well, this is what's going on with my hair. I don't like this. I don't like that. Let's tweak this. If you are experiencing this, do that. Like, it's just that simple. But we'd rather just fight each other. So I made a video which is supposed to go up soon for Vlogmas. I don't know when it's gonna go up at this point because I'm still testing out a new editor, etc., etc. Anyway, and in that video I was like, this is probably gonna be my last update regarding the curly cut situation because I don't have new information. No one's talking about it and no one's offering real advice and solutions. So all that we have is all of this back and forth speculation, assumption, and I don't like that. That's not concrete information. That's gossip, if you will. And African Hair God, bless his soul, he doesn't believe in the method to begin with. He believes in using grease. So that's why I say it's hard to find concrete information regarding no oils and butters, because I think it would be much better to have a stylist that actually believes in the method that can discuss these issues. And perhaps they don't have the information, or maybe they didn't expect that this would happen, which is fine in my book. Just go back to the drawing board. You know, just like you started talking about this method, go back to the drawing board and let us know in like a year, 6 months. How long do you need to figure this out and let us know? All right, so this is my makeup. Am I looking cute? I think I'm looking cute. If you want to be in this space for a really long time, affiliate, the little money you're making from affiliate, yeah, that's going to help out, but you have to look at the bigger picture. The integrity that you have, the connection you have with your audience is more important. If something's going on, it's best for you to come forward and talk about it versus hiding behind the scene. And I'm not saying you need to put all your business out there, but if you're talking about hair, people are going to talk about hair. They're going to talk about your hair. It's just how it is. The conversation or the idea, and people are leaving comments saying this, you shouldn't talk about a black woman's hair. What? This is a hair platform. When someone come on my platform and talk about my hair, I don't feel offended because I started talking about my hair. It's not like I'm over here posting fashion content and someone's like, oh Jen, what's going on with your hair? Now it's like, well, why are you talking about my hair? I'm trying to show you these clothes. If you are talking about hair and someone comes to talk about your hair, you can't be offended because you started talking about it. What are we doing right now? And on top of that, it's almost hypocritical because some of us who's been in the natural hair scene for a while, if you've been posting content for a long time, all the audience has done is talk about our hair. Girl, I remember how mean y'all were to me when I permed my hair back in like 2017. My God, y'all went off on me. Y'all talked about my hair all along, and now we can't talk about black women's hair? And if you question anybody or what's going on, it's like, oh, you trying to take down a black business? Huh? That is not the conversation at all. Why are we so defensive? We can have the conversation and keep the conversation here structured without trying to draw into all type of little emotional cards. That's not how it works. We can have a conversation. It may be a difficult one, but I still think it's a conversation to be had. Anyway, like I said, this has been Gossip with Jen. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for hanging out with me as I do my makeup. I think it turned out pretty cute. Let me give you an up close. Jennifer. Oh, Jen, you're looking good, girl. Right here. I think I went a little off. I did a little too much with the contour, you know? But you know, when you get carried away like that, it just means you're having fun with your makeup. All right, I think it looks good, right? I have another video to film, so I'm gonna do that. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.